Thank you. Madam President-elect, honoured Madam Rajavi, colleagues and friends, I'm delighted to be invited to very briefly address today's important conference. I add my voice to those today declaring support for the suppressed women and people of Iran, and I wish them ultimate success in their struggle. The Iranian regime's attempt to isolate and eliminate the democratic opposition and surviving victims and witnesses of their torture and massacre in Iranian prisons, who are now living abroad, goes back many years. I remember in my time as president of the Law Society of England and Wales issuing statements stressing the responsibility of the international community to intervene to secure the rights of the defenceless residents of Ashraf III. At that time, they lived in Iraq and enjoyed the status of protected persons under the Geneva Conventions, but were subjected to deadly mortar attacks, violent raids, and inhumane siege on behalf of Iran and the IRGC Quds Force. Now, as the Ashraf III residents have resettled in Albania, the Iranian government is pursuing the same goal, using massive cyber attacks on Albania to exert pressure on the government to limit the activities of the Ashraf III residents. It's in this context that we should view the judicial proceedings taking place each week in Tehran against 104 members of the PMOI and the NCRI, which Baroness O'Leary has already highlighted today. And just as with the death penalty, the judiciary is abused by the Iranian government to intimidate, to silence, and to kill dissenting and pro-democracy voices on bogus and arbitrary charges like Moharabin. In these circumstances, as I said earlier, the international community has a huge responsibility and a moral obligation to intervene on the side of those seeking justice and the rule of law, working with victims and with dissidents to hold the leaders in Iran to account. There are ways that we can go about this internationally, although it's very slow-moving and an often frustrating process. One is through the UN mechanisms and the UN bodies, beginning with a referral of the Iranian regime's appalling human rights abuses to the UN Security Council for the prosecution of leaders in an international tribunal or at the ICC. Another possibility is the use of universal jurisdiction in those democratic countries that allow this mechanism under their laws. Here, the UK and the EU can play a crucial and a determining role. So I urge my government and the EU member states to adopt an Iran policy that prioritises both accountability and justice in Iran. And I want to applaud you, Madam Rajavi, for setting the rule of law and a modern judiciary at the heart of your 10-point plan for the future of Iran. This is a roadmap for success and a viable platform upon which the Iranian people can build a free, a secular, and a democratic Iran. It deserves all of our support and endorsement. So I urge the British and the European governments and the international community to join with the thousands who are already supporting this cause. Friends, sisters, together we are stronger. And together, under the leadership, the inspirational leadership of Madam Rajivi, we will prevail with freedom, equality and justice in Iran. Thank you.